Hello, if you're new here, my name is Sarah. Welcome to Divine Femme TV. I am just popping in here with a little message, and I was guided to. I'm not really feeling as so well today. I'm actually a little under the weather, but I was still being guided to share. So I'm here. And many of you that have been following me for a while probably have noticed that I have been away. And this is divinely led. I have I say God put me on airplane mode to go inward, and a lot has been shifting behind the scenes, which I'm sure I'll be sharing more of in the upcoming days, weeks, and months, because a lot of things are shifting. And the message that's coming through is for those that are also feeling massive shifts and changes, complete letting go of the old identity and allowing something new to be born through you. So that's kind of why I was being called to speak about this, because I know I'm not the only one going through this. I know I am one of many in a collective that is shifting into new earth frequency. You are a new earth human if you've landed here, if you resonate with my channel, if this found you, if this resonates. If this doesn't resonate, feel free to click away, but you will know if this is for you. You're being called into a whole new way of being, a whole new way of existing, one where you are open to receive and play and create and have fun, where joy is your compass and you get to follow the thread of curiosity and magic moment to moment and create what wants to be divinely created through you. And it's going to require a complete letting go of all the places that you have been self-abandoning, where you have been playing small, where you have been dimming your light, or where you have been buying into an identity that is not truly what lights you up. And so any place that you are clinging to anything for validation or approval, any place that you are seeking outside of yourself and thinking that things have to be a certain way because that's always been the way that you've known them, and that this is just what happens, this is how you deal with life, right? Like all of the shoulds, all of the logical planning and trying to fit yourself into a box that conforms to societal norms and standards that no longer fit. You have expanded beyond what your current reality can hold, right? Like your current existence, your current reality is likely falling away in various aspects because the frequency that you now embody is craving expansion. The frequency that you embody, the divine intelligence in you, is craving expansion. And expansion is part of creation. And your frequency, I should say the frequency that you are, can no longer fit in the old boxes and the old labels that you have known yourself in. You are beyond anything that can be labeled. You are beyond anything that can be put into a box. You are beyond any concepts of what other people think you should be, and especially your own mind has perceptions of how you should be and what you should be doing and where you should be living and how you should be operating, right? And if you've been on this journey long enough, which I'm assuming if you're here with me right now, you have been on the 5D ascension timeline into new earth frequency for some time. This is not your first rodeo going through a death and rebirth and a quantum shift, but this is now the end of the road for the old identity. This is the end of the road for the version of you that put yourself last, that's compromised your values, that settled for less, that chases and seeks love or validation or abundance outside of you. This is the end of the version of you that you have pretended yourself to be, that needed to fit in certain boxes and labels in order to feel validated or worthy in some way. You have likely seen that the entire game is set up not for your pleasure, not for your joy, not for your contentment. It's completely set up for your conformity. And you are no longer here to conform to an outdated matrix world that cannot fit your magic, your joy, your abundance, and the frequency that you are. You are all of these things. And this frequency, this divine intelligence that is animating this vessel wants to play and create and expand beyond the borders of what you have known thus far. Therefore, you are being guided and called into the unknown. And this is very scary to the egoic mind, the old personality, the separate sense of self that desperately craves some form of security and safety. You are at a precipice now. This is the end of the road for the old identity. I said it again, because it's now time to choose yourself unwaveringly, unequivocally, unapologetically, and go all in on what is true for you. And this is going to resonate with different people in different ways, different beings. You have different pulls on your heart. That's what you need to trust at this point. You need to live as the heart. Live as the heart, not from the mind. The more you live from the mind, the more you're going to be boxing yourself and compartmentalizing yourself and putting yourself into labels and paradigms and places and situations that do not serve your highest good, do not serve your highest timeline, do not serve your joy, your purpose, your pleasure, your prosperity, your peace. If you are listening to this, it's because you are an ancient old soul and you were never meant to fit in. And you've likely lived a very unorthodox life your entire life. You were never meant to fit into a world that tries to cage you. You were never meant to fit into societal norms and rules that tell you you have to be a certain way. Those are all made up. Everything is all made up. It's all story. It's all story. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather right now. It just hit me like a ton of bricks like yesterday. So I'm a little, it sounds like I'm super congested right now, which I kind of am. So, but it's all story. Nothing really truly has meaning other than the meaning you assign to it. And you are being guided and asked and called to answer the call of your soul, of your heart, which will only be leading you into the unknown that does not make logical sense, where you cannot see 5 moves ahead, where you have to be able to trust in your own knowing beyond anything outside of you. There is nothing outside of you. This is the paradox. The more you seek outside of yourself, no, there is nothing out there, because you're all of this. There's nothing outside of you. And so the paradox is the more you operate from a separate sense of self that's constantly seeking and searching outside of you and chasing the next sign, the next synchronicity, the next permission slip that you feel that you need in order to take the steps that you are being called to take that allow you to move with faith and trust into the unknown, the more you will be met with resistance, because you are literally creating separation where there is none. Separation is the illusion. And every time you seek outside of yourself, you're saying there's something else out there that you need in order to be whole and healed and complete. And I get it. I get it. It's part of the process, so to speak, quote unquote process, as a separate sense of self, right? To constantly be seeking and chasing outside of yourself in order to achieve some kind of something that you feel that you think that you need. And the paradox is when you don't need it anymore, that's when you can have it, because you are it and there is no separation. You are it. And I know this sounds very annoying to the mind, but there's something I'm speaking to here that's deeper than that, right? I'm speaking to not the logical mind that's going to try to turn this into a concept. It truly is the end of the road for the separate sense of self-identity. When you are here now living as the truth of who and what you are, which is this frequency, which is this spaciousness here and now, there is no past, there is no future to cling to. There is no story or narrative that you need to buy into. And yet you have the privilege to buy into any single one of those. For example, it is a story that I'm buying into right now that I get to have whatever desires on my heart, and I can follow that unapologetically and faithfully into the unknown. This is all part of the game of being human. We're not here to dismiss our humanity. We're here to play it at the highest level, fully conscious and aware and awake, because you already are awake. You've never been asleep. There's just been a veil hiding it from you, right? I often use the metaphor of like looking through lens of dirty glasses. There's been different layers of dirt that you've been looking through on your glasses, and you've been seeing a lot of distortion, and those glasses have been purified, they've been cleaned, and now you can see more clearly. But you've always been here looking through those glasses. You've always been the pristine awareness, the conscious presence, the sense of being. You've always been here and now in every scene of your life that's unfolded, in every trial and every tribulation. For this has always been here. This is always here. You're always here and now, fully whole, fully healed, fully worthy. But you've been looking through distorted lenses, and now you see more clearly with true spiritual vision. Not that you have, and the true spiritual vision is not that there's more hoops to jump through. It's not more spiritual gymnastics that the egoic self thinks it needs. It doesn't need more spiritual experiences, and it doesn't need more signs and synchronicities. You see clearly now that you being here now is all you got, is all there is the here-ness and now-ness of here and now, and that is you. That's always been here. And so there's this appearance of this process of remembering, but you've never not been what you always have been. You've always been here and now as the truth of who and what you are, which is love, which is abundance, which is the frequency of your highest truth. And not to say that you don't have your own personalized truths. That's part of the game. The ultimate truth is there is no truth. Because that truth is very subjective, is it not? For each individuated expression, each fragmented aspect of the one, you have your divine expression, and there's a divine expression over here. There's not sameness. Oneness is not sameness. There's individual expression of the one, a divine expression of the one. The ultimate truth is there is no one truth. You're here to live the divine expressing as you are being called through you. And something tells me that if you're still listening to this, you're being called to create in some way, and it's not necessarily content, not necessarily videos, not necessarily anything like that, although you may. I was called to create this right now. You're called to create a life that is in alignment with the truth of who and what you are, which is freedom and love. And the ultimate truth, which is you are undefinable. You can't be caged. You can't be boxed. You are the timeless, eternal, ageless presence here right now that wants to dance and play through duality from the highest level. You are fully divine and human simultaneously. This whole thing makes no sense. This whole game of life makes no sense. But yet humans walk around thinking they understand what the fuck is going on here. And it may appear right now like I know what the fuck is going on here, but I don't. There is no knowing of what is going on here. There is just this unknowable, magical mystery unfolding right here and now. Now. It's not now and then now and then now. It's not a bunch of separate moments of now. You can't draw a line between nows. It's just now. It's boundless. There's no edges to it. It's timeless. It's eternal. There's some words that have been used, timeless and eternal and boundless and limitless and omnipresent. There's no edges to this. Those words have been used to describe God, the divine, infinite one, infinite presence, whatever label you want to put on it. You are made in the likeness of the ultimate creator. I don't understand, and I know this is my human talking right now, but it baffles my mind how people, and I get it, but it's just baffling when you think about it. It doesn't even make logical sense to think that you are separate from the source that created you. How could you be? You are art. You are a masterpiece. You are God's handiwork in form. You are a child of the infinite expression, the infinite one expressing as what you call you. So I don't know why the one day that I feel like shit, that I woke up, it just hit me like a ton of bricks yesterday. Like I have like these symptoms of like flu-like symptoms, and I couldn't sleep well. And I've pretty much been in hibernation mode. You know, I've had like the airplane mode kind of put on my life to go inward and allow this restructuring to happen with grace and ease versus resistance and struggle. And I don't know why that the one day that I didn't sleep well and feel not so well, that I was called to create this. But here we are. I'm not really sure exactly what I just shared. I can't really summarize it, but I hope it landed. I hope it resonated with whoever was meant to hear it. I trust and know that there are no accents, that I am a mirror, you are a mirror, we are mirrors for each other. We are all one expressing. You will always be at the right place at the right time. You'll always have the right sacred mirror reflecting back to you how you are still limiting yourself or your highest divine potential. And that may be triggering or it may be inspiring depending on the level of density you've worked through in the physical vehicle. But we are all here expressing as the one. You summoned me here. I wouldn't have got the ping to create this. And there is no you, so I summoned myself. Right? We are one. And I know that that doesn't make sense to the mind. But when you start to see that reality, the 3D reality that you see with the naked human eye, is reflecting back to you very quickly what you are choosing. This is a one sign that you will know that the manifestation gap has been collapsing because you're operating more and more from unity consciousness, that the field will reflect back very quickly because you are the field. You are the field. And every place that you give that away and say it's outside of you somewhere is only going to lead to more looping in timelines that are not favorable. You're here to have fun. You're here to play. You're here to create. You're not here to box yourself into expectations of others. That's part of the game, but you don't have to play that game anymore. You get to play it from the highest level. And you do that by following your heart, the impulses, the curiosity, the pulls. It's not going to make sense. It may scare the human. It's not going to make sense. It's going to ask you to trust and have faith in the unseen. And if something is unfolding in your life that is not what you would prefer, it's because it's not meant for you. Your frequency, going back to the original message right now, your frequency is too high to be contained in the environment and in the situations and circumstances that you currently find yourself in, you've expanded beyond it. And it's okay to trust where your heart is calling you towards. Your heart is calling you to adventure beyond the known. And it's a wild, fun ride. And it can also be very intense. You signed up for a human experience. But now you get to play it at the highest level. You get to play it fully awake, aware, conscious. The heart just whispers. The heart whispers, the body knows. Be in the body. Trust the technology that the body is. It's already telling you and showing you what is in alignment and what's not. You are this knowing. You can trust the knowing. It's not a graspable, tangible thing. You can follow the thread of fun, of play, of joy. You deserve a life that feels good. You're worthy of a life that feels good. You're worthy of a life that is joyful and abundant. It's your natural state. It's your natural essence. The biggest takeaway, I guess, from this transmission is that you were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to conform to an outdated paradigm that is crumbling. You're meant to lead and build new earth through your frequency, through your embodiment, through your heart creation. And that's going to look like a lot of different things for a lot of people. All you have to do is take the next step that you're being guided to take. You don't have to know how it's all going to work out, and you can't. But you're being guided. The message is coming through right now as you are being guided to take the next step. Your heart already knows what that is. Your body already knows what that is. The mind may have other thoughts about it. The mind is rooted in duality and threat prevention. Its job is to try to keep you safe in your comfort zone, in what you've always known, but you're here to expand beyond that now. You're here to expand beyond that. Spread your wings, fly, and live a beautiful, wild, and free life on your own terms. So I think that's it for now. I will upload this, and I would love to hear if you're still with me. If this resonated, drop a comment, let me know, give this a thumbs up. Go ahead and drop the word wild and free on your own terms in the comments if you made it all the way to the very end here. And I will talk to you soon. Namaste.